Hey my beauties! If you guys can already tell by the look and the bazillion of other looks that look very similar to this one, yes, I am doing an It Girl version of Pennywise. I really wanted to do her for such a long time, ever since I knew that the movie was gonna come out. I really loved the movie. I was obsessed with it. I thought it was so funny, and at some points, you guys know I'm a scaredy cat, so I was scared. But I really wanted to do a girl version, and as soon as I finished watching the movie, I remember telling my best friend, I was like, you know what? We're gonna order the costume to make a girl version because this is what I want to do for Halloween. And then I started seeing like everyone uploading their It versions, and I was just like, wow, that was supposed to be the one going viral. But anyways, I was like, you know what? I paid too much money for all this costume, so we're gonna do it. So I'm sorry if you guys are watching your 100th time of it, but I really hope that you guys enjoy my version. And if you guys would like to see how to do this look, then just keep on watching. The first thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to completely wipe out my eyebrows. So I'm going to first take this Elmer's washable school glue and apply lots of coats. I'm first going to apply one coat, let it dry, and then I'll apply another one until I can definitely feel that my brows are really flat, so that way we don't have to see them once we apply our foundation. So once you feel like your brows are really flat now we can just do a little bit of color correcting, since my brows are really dark. I need it. If you guys don't have like really extremely dark brows like I do, then you can completely skip this step and move on to just concealing them. But I have to do a little bit of color correcting. So I'm going to take this Lancome color corrector in the color Peach, just so we can cancel out a little bit of the darkness of my brows. Alright, so now you can see that it's a little bit better now. So now we can actually take our concealer and completely wipe out these eyebrows. So I'm going to take my Tarte Shape Tape Contour Concealer in the shade Light. So now I'm just taking a little bit of the Painterly Paint Pot and applying this on my lid so we can start doing our eyeshadow. It looks so weird. So for my shadows, I'm going to be using the Cutie Beauty Rose Gold eyeshadow palette. I'm not going to use any of her shimmery shadows, just the mattes, because this is the reddest eyeshadow that I can get, and it looks pretty deep, not like the vibrant reds, and I don't want a vibrant red since it is going more for like a scary look, I could say. So first I'm going to start out with this eyeshadow in the corner called Saddlewood as my transition shade, and I'm applying this with the BH Cosmetics brush from their new collection, and then this is the number 5. So now you just want to start extending the eyeshadow to the outer part of the eye. We're going to create like a V, you know what I mean? Now with an E25, we're going to take Cocoa and apply this also on the crease, exactly the same way that we applied our transition shade. Now with the Morphe E17, now we're going to go into the color Maneater, which is the red eyeshadow, and we're going to be applying this on the inner part of like right below the dark cocoa. So don't worry if it gets in your eyelid, because we are going to be using a little bit of the MAC Painterly Paint Pot just to clean up this area right here, because we're going to do a nice glamorous look for her. If you guys want to do it messy and smoky, that's completely fine too. It actually would go with the whole theme of like the scariness, but I'm trying to do her as glam as I can. So we are actually going to take a little bit of the MAC Painterly Paint Pot, but before that we're going to take her black eyeshadow from the Huda Beauty Rose Gold palette called Black Truffle, and also start smoking out the outer part of the eye. So I'm going to take this with the Marc Jacobs, the crease brush. It's just like a tapered brush, so yeah, with that one. Now with Cocoa, we're just going to start blending out these edges so there's no separation of these two eyeshadows. So now taking my Painterly Paint Pot, we're just going to go ahead and cut this crease. We're only doing a half cut crease, so just do it the way to half of what your lid is. And for my lid color, I'm going to take this one, which is called Bay. And now we're going to blend out the separation of the line using Maneater. So now taking my Sigma Wicked Gel Liner, we're going to create a really dramatic winged liner. And I'm going to be applying it with this Sigma brush from, that's the E05. I'm going to take my Tarte mascara Lights Camera Lashes mascara and apply a few coats of this to my lashes. Now for my lashes, I'm going to take my Nubisem Bella lashes. Just use the most dramatic ones that you guys have. These are my most dramatic, I would say, because they're really, really voluminous. So I'm going to be putting these on. Now moving on to the face, I'm going to start priming it with this Too Faced primer. This is called the Prime and Peachy primer. So I'm going to apply this all over my entire skin, except the brow area, of course. So now for the skin, we obviously need to turn it white, but I don't like to use face paint, especially because this is why I started kind of breaking out. I guess I'm not really reacting to the face paint nicely. So what I'm gonna do instead, because I did just get sent all these new Jouer foundations, and the lightest one was the color Alabaster, and yeah, it's from their high coverage cream foundation. This is a really, really high coverage foundation, so that's also a great thing that it just works out. But if you want to use face paint, your skin does react to it nicely, then you can use white face paint. But like I said, I'm going to be using this foundation just to kind of get it as close as possible to what the white face paints look like. And I'm just going to buff this out with the Jouer foundation brush. So now I'm just going to go ahead and set it. I'm not going to add a concealer because honestly, why do we need that? She's scary. So yeah. So to set, I'm going to take my Too Faced Peach Perfect Mattifying Loose Powder just to set the whole entire skin. Okay, before I keep creeping you guys out more and more with the no brows, I'm actually going to draw in my brows already. The way I'm going to draw it is I'm going to take my Reina Rebelde brow paint in the color Frida. I'm first going to take this just because I'm already used to working with it, and then I'll go over it with some black eyeshadow just to make it really dark and black. So let's do this. With the same brush that I just applied to draw my brows in, I'm going to take Black Truffle from the Huda Beauty palette and just draw over this. So now we're moving on to our lower lash line. I'm going to go ahead and take my E25 again with the Cocoa and just apply this on my bottom lash line. So now taking a black liner, you just want to go ahead and apply this on your waterline and tight line. And now with the Sigma E30 pencil brush, I'm going to take Black Truffle and also apply this on the lower lash line. So before we start drawing in her lines, the red ones that just go up, we're actually going to start lining the lips first. So I'm going to take my black lip liner from NARS. This is in the color Nasty Girl. So I'm just going to start outlining them, and I'm going to overline them and extend them out. Now for my red lipstick, I'm going to take this one from Anastasia. This is in the color Ruby, which is like a true red. So as you guys can see, and I'm going to start just filling in my lips with this. Alright, now taking this lip pencil from Bite Beauty in the color 78, we're going to start drawing in our nose. So just kind of like more of a straight line and then hugging your nose. And I'm just taking a little bit of my lipstick just to go over the lip liner because it's not as red once it hits the white foundation. So I'm just going over it with the lipstick just so it could also match with her lips a little bit and then also make it more red. So once you have the outline, now we can take our lip liner again and then just trace over it. So now I'm going to take a little bit of my mascara again and apply this to my bottom lashes. I'm going to actually change my brows. I feel like I look too happy. I feel like I look too nice. Now taking a clean E30 from Sigma and taking the color Maneater, I'm going to start outlining where I want my line just because I don't want to mess it up with a lip liner first and then trying to fix it. So I'm just gonna do this, hopefully it works. All right, now taking my House of Lashes Lip Petite Triple Lashes, I'm gonna take some individual lashes and just place them on my outer part of the eye just to create more clownish look. And one more loves, once you are done with your makeup, you can just add your costume now. I added this red wig, red and yellow contact lenses, and then my whole costume. I'm gonna have links down below to everything that I bought to make this costume like the girl version. So yeah, I really hope that you guys enjoyed this video. If you guys did, don't forget to give me your guys' thumbs up. And if you guys are not part of the family yet, don't forget to subscribe. That way you guys are part of this family. And also hit the rainbow notifications. That way every time I upload new videos, you guys can all be notified. But with that, thank you guys so much for watching. As always, I love you guys, and I'll see you guys all in the next video. Bye. Oh, that looks so weird. Do you remember when I used to have my really thin brows? Yeah. So, when I raise my eyebrows, that looks fucking scary. Richie! Good actor, Richie! Woo, yeah! Does it look like I have a mustache? Are you serious? I didn't get that. Did you eat it? Okay. It's really bad. I better put. Okay, wait. We're good. Oh, well, ants. Es un color rojo.